Hey guys, and welcome to the final episode of the Know Your Formula 1 track series. This week we're heading to Yas Marina Circuit for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It is known for breathtaking setting on the Yas Island and for its dramatic night races. This track has been the stage of F1 season finale almost every year since it was first added on the calendar back in 2009. It is a 5.28 kilometers long circuit with 16 corners and 2 DRS zones. This circuit is a technical challenge mixing high-speed straight with tight, twisting sections through the marina and under the iconic W Hotel. It also has one of the longest straight in Formula 1 with 1.2 kilometers. However, as I mentioned in a previous video, Herman Tilke, the famous F1 track designer, was hated for the layout of the Yas Marina circuit that has led to many boring races over the years. For this reason, and at the request of teams and drivers, the track was significantly updated ahead of the 2021 Grand Prix in order to try to make the race more exciting and offer more overtaking opportunities. The initial layout had 21 corners, and what is now known as Turn 5 used to be a chicane. The single sweeping left-hand Turn 9 was a series of 490 degrees corners around the marina, and multiple corners at the end of the lap were adjusted for a smoother line and a better flow. These changes reduced the length of the track by less than a third of a kilometer. However, it shaved off almost 15 seconds out of lap time. But as always, the best way to understand the Yas Marina Grand Prix is to experience it on the track. So let's jump into the sim and take a lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We start the lap accelerating through one of the shorter start-finish straight on the F1 calendar before braking before the 50-meter board for the fast turn 1 left-hander. A good exit here is important as drivers will be flat out through the scary fast turns 2 and 3. The DRS detection point for the first DRS zone is right here, and then it's hard on the brakes for the turn 5 hairpin, which is pretty wide and can make for a good passing opportunity. Then begins the longest straight on the circuit, and with DRS active, cars will achieve top speeds of over 330 km per hour at the speed trap. The turn 6 braking zone is another great overtaking spot. It's always a struggle to get perfect traction out of this chicane as turn 7 is slightly uphill and the sausage curve at the apex limits your exit radius. A good exit here can pay dividends though, as another straight awaits, which includes a turn 8 bend. The recently reprofiled turn 9 is a fast and wide left-hand banked hairpin, which offers drivers a lot of grip. Turns 10 and 11 are flat-out right-handers that shoot into 12 where it's easy to lock up. Patience on the throttle is key in this next complex as drivers go under the hotel before getting as close as they dare to the turn 14 exit wall. Getting the car straight ends for the final braking zone at turn 16 is all that's left before getting to start another lap of Yas Marina Circuit. Max Verstappen has both the fastest qualifying lap and the fastest race lap around this track with a 1:26.103 in 2021. And actually Red Bull is the most successful constructor around this track, but it is Hamilton who is the most successful driver with 5 victories. And before I keep going, I wanted to give a huge thank you to all of you that have been following me for all this time, that have been watching all my videos and supporting me by commenting and liking the videos. But back to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and let's start by talking about a few fun facts. As I mentioned earlier, the Yas Marina circuit has had its fair share of boring races, and part of it is because passing is very difficult. In the past 9 years, a pole position at the Yas Marina circuit always translated into a race win. And in 15 races at this venue, the winner started from the front row 14 times. This is partly why the track was updated in 2021 in an attempt to improve passing opportunities and to make the racing more entertaining. Now, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix is the only race on the calendar that transitions from day to night during the race, creating stunning visuals and a magical atmosphere. And this track has many unique features, such as a pit exit that goes through a tunnel underneath the track, a state-of-the-art pit lane, and some very luxurious buildings and hotels. It is the most expensive circuit built in F1 history, with a cost of no less than $1.3 billion. Now, another fun fact that you may not know about or not remember is back in 2014, the FIA decided to experiment and award double points for this race specifically. The goal was to spice up the last race of the season for the championship battle. It was of course very controversial and never done again after that. However, that year it did not even impact the results. Hamilton was already leading the championship with the most points, and Rosberg ended up out of the points in 14th position after suffering an ERS failure. However, with only 17 points difference between Hamilton and Rosberg at the beginning of the race, if Rosberg ended up finishing ahead of Hamilton, that could have completely changed the game with the double points. And as you know, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix has been the stage of some of the most dramatic championship moments in F1 history. As one of the last races of the season, you can imagine that it has seen its fair share of drama. So let's talk about a couple memorable moments. And let's start with 2010. Everyone remembers Vettel's first championship win. What a battle that was. It was the only final race in Formula 1 history to have 4 drivers still in contention for the championship title. In order of points, it was Alonso, Webber, Vettel and Hamilton. Vettel secured pole position, but Alonso only needed to be on the podium to secure the title regardless of what other drivers' positions would be. However, both him and Webber got stuck in traffic during the race, not able to pass. Alonso finished 7th while Vettel did an incredible race, was able to keep the win and ended up winning the championship 4 points ahead of Alonso. That made him the youngest driver to ever win a championship title at 23 years old.
Sebastian Vettel, you are the world champion! The world champion, well done, enjoy it! You are the man! Yes!
And of course, I cannot talk about the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix without mentioning the controversy of 2021. It was probably the most controversial race finish of all times in Formula 1, giving Max Verstappen his first title and denying Lewis Hamilton his 8th and record-breaking championship title. Verstappen and Hamilton entered the very last race of the season with the exact same number of points. They qualified first and second, but the order was quickly reversed when Hamilton passed Verstappen on the very first lap of the race. For most of the race, Hamilton controlled the pace, despite Red Bull really fighting for that victory. The first controversy of the race happened really early on when Max tried to pull an aggressive move on Lewis to take back first position, led him off track, and then Lewis kind of gained an advantage and got back on the track ahead of Max. Red Bull wanted Lewis to give back the position, but the stewards decided that there was no further investigation. When everyone thought that it was a done deal for Hamilton, the race was turned upside down when Latifi crashed on lap 53 out of 58 of the race, bringing out the safety car. Max pitted for soft tires while Lewis decided to stay out and conserve track position. That put Max behind lapped cars away from Lewis Hamilton. But the FIA made a very last-minute decision to allow those lap cars to unlap themselves 2 laps before the end of the race. That allowed Max to be right behind Hamilton at the restart of the race with 1 lap to go only. As expected, Max had more grip than Hamilton and was able to pass him on the final lap. Despite Mercedes' protest, Max's title was confirmed. This will probably remain one of the most controversial races of all time, and that led to a few changes in FIA management. Massey was removed as a race director, and there were some revisions to the safety car procedures after that incident. In 2023, Max took his 19th victory of the season at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix after starting on pole position. Leclerc finished second, 18 seconds behind Max, and Russell completed the podium. Alright, it is prediction time, and for the last race of the season, I'm gonna go with my wish rather than a prediction. So I'm gonna put Leclerc in first position, I'm gonna put Piastri in second, and I'm gonna put Alonso in third. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed this entire series. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.